Okay, grab you a medium weight, just one, and we're going to start getting warmed up. I have my weight vest. You can see my weight vest. I just put it on. Okay. You can put a backpack on or not, but we're going to go ahead. I'm going to use this during the warm up and as we go into the class. So, as I said before, whether you have a weight or a bag like that you carry, I'm going to use that as my warm up. All right. Because I'm going to step to the side. I'm going to step to the side. And you see how I'm transferring? Think about what you're doing with your shoulders because you're warming up, right? So if you're warming up, you don't want to do a lot of heavy lifting, etc. So you see what I just did? I'm stepping forward. I'm stepping back. I'm transferring behind my back. So I'll turn here. I'm going to step, transfer, step, go all the way around. So when you have a weight, it could be no more than, a bag that you put weights in. That would be just fine. Okay, so as I go back here and I grab that bag or my carry, I'm making my shoulders actually go into hinging motions because I'm not lifting. See, I'm moving and I'm hinging back, grabbing and hinging forward. When you hinge forward, try your best not to necessarily bend forward. Okay, that's a real temptation to do that. It's a natural kind of a thing. So I'm asking you to actually go against what you normally would do in this kind of a motion as we're warming up. So it was so good seeing everybody yesterday. It was really fun. I love it. I've just a great class. Anyway, so we're working through all of those calories that we ate yesterday and moving into, I have a weight vest on for those of you who have just come on. Now go the other way. See how I'm rotating? And by doing a carry or lifting anything, it could be seriously no more than like 2 or 3 cans in a grocery bag. So if you get 2 or 3 cans in a grocery bag and you're going from one hand to the other, and I'm stepping side to side and I'm doing this in a repetitive motion in place of just doing a walk. So I'm doing a type of a pattern walk. Okay, take a big breath. Okay, now I'm going to keep doing the same motion. I'm not going to change my motion. But you notice what I am doing is what? I'm rotating. Yes, and I'm rotating in one direction. Okay. This, you just never think of this kind of a thing as a warm-up because it's not presented like that. Okay, think of it for my dancers out there. I think I have Julia on. Think of it as a dance step, okay, Julia? And for all of us that can't dance, or we think we can't, do you see what I've just done? I've just done a very patterned, slow rotation while I circle with my shoulders from front to back and back around. Okay, now I'm going to go in the opposite direction, and I'm going to go in the opposite direction of my carry. See this? So I'm going to be going the opposite direction. I'm going all the way around. I'm keeping my shoulders down. I'm keeping my chin tucked. And so if you find a pivot around your toe, pretty easy, we'll pivot. But if, like me, you have a carpet and you have tennis shoes on, your foot is not going to slide real readily. So you have to lift your toe, you have to lift your foot. And I'm going around several times. I'm keeping the cueing in my head of shoulders down, breathing in through my nose. And I'm doing this little circular rotation while I've got a 10-pound carry that I'm going all the way around my body several times, okay? Yeah, just like that. Now I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna pick up my other one. Now again, I have a weight vest on, okay? I'm gonna grab my other carry and I'm completing kind of my warm up, so to speak. So I'm gonna put those carries down just like that. See that? And I'm gonna grab my little stepping pad because I'm gonna be stepping on and off of it. I'm gonna put it right there. I'll turn here to the side so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, see that? So I'm not gonna step up immediately. I'm gonna go down. And whenever I go down to pick up my carries, this shouldn't be super heavy, okay, for you. It should just be, and it could be a lightweight. See this? See this? See, this is all I'm doing is I'm coming down and touching. And what I want you to try to do is start to shift into your heels. So as I go down, and I know I'm just gonna touch, I'm tempted to just stay on the front part of my foot, okay? So I don't want you to do that. So as you go down here to touch here, you might have your knees maybe are a little stiff or sore, maybe your hip, maybe your back, and what you're tempted to do is just put your head down. And see, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to go down with your whole body, and that means shift into the heels, and that means drop your butt. Don't just put your head down here and go, oh, there, I did it. See, that's not what I'm doing. As I go down, I'm shifting into my heels. I'm keeping my chin tucked. I'm coming down here. I'm going down a little lower every time. And it might even be just a fraction of an inch lower. Big breath. Down, 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 down. Shift into the heels. And see, I'm touching lower and lower, but I'm getting my butt down, not my head. My head does not need to go down lower than my rear end. You got it? So if you did a couple of circular rotations any certain day, and you do it both sides like we did, and then you go into this move. This is our fold. So right here is where you have a temptation to put your head down instead of your butt. So I'm cautioning you not to do that. I'm trying to get you to warm up through these major structures in your spine, your knees, your hips, and all the muscles surrounding them. I'm about hip width apart, and I'm folding. See that? And I'm folding. I'm not picking up the weight yet. I'm gonna start doing that. I want you to step onto the little pad with one foot, step onto the other pad with the other foot. Okay, just a little forward and back motion. See that? So as I do this, I'm gonna just bring my hand up and the palm goes down. And I want my shoulders to stay down. My tummy is super tight, okay? And as I come into the step right here, and I lift, I'm gonna go rib cage up. And believe you me, if you got a weight vest that's 20 pounds hanging off you, right here is where you could run into some problems, not only with your spine, but with your balance. Because once you've stepped into that and you bring your hand up right here, Instead of just willy-nilly, oh yeah, let's do that. No, 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 no. This is a very distinct motion. See, the rib cage goes really up hard there. My knee is soft. My foot is going all over the place. I'm trying to manage this whole weight vest thing. You're managing your own body weight. See, I'm stepping up. I'm bringing that arm up, but I'm not leaning up. In fact, I'm saying rib cage up, but don't lock your knee. Because if you do, that right there could throw you. Because you're on an uneven, a very compromising foundation right here. It's going to move, meaning it's going to move on you. So when you come up here and you go rib cage up, don't lock your knee. That's the first thing that a lot of people want to do when I say lift. They lock their knee. No, no, lift through the rib cage, not your knee. Okay, other leg right here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to lift right here, but don't lock your knee. Don't lock your knee. And look at how high I'm going here. Do you see that I'm not lifting it way up? No, no, I'm lifting my rib cage, keeping my knee soft. And I'm doing this step up, step down motion to get all of the lower leg now going. Okay, now I'm standing hip width apart. I'm going to go down again. I'm going to grab both my carries. Okay, you ready? So I'm going to come down. Make sure you're going into the heels. Keep your chin tucked. I'm going to grab them. I'm going to push into the heels, and I'm going to come up and I'm going to squeeze my butt. Yes. Now release. Come down, and I want you to go 1 inch further down with your hip. So you have to really push into the heels to do that. Take a big breath, drop your shoulders, back down. Our little fold, release, go into the heels, a little more, pull, and you're up. Yeah, do it 2 more times. Here we go, down, 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 all the way down into the heels, and come back. And right now, squeeze your butt. Yeah, here we go. 2 more. Down, 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 heels, 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 and come back up. Now, let me just tell you, you're going to see people doing all kinds of maneuvers in squatting. I call this the fold, because you want to fold as much as you can. But if you have a knee that is replaced, even more so than the hip that's replaced, you're only going to be able to go a certain amount. So don't be trying to look like those people that you see all over the internet. I don't care what their age are. When you have replaced joints, things change. You may not have the pain, but you still have to figure out how to move around that joint. And it will only let you go down a certain amount, okay? Now, I'm going to come down again. Here's the next feature. So check your posture. I still have my weight vest on, okay? You don't have to, that's fine. Push into the heels. You come down as far as you can, and then you reach over and you grab this weight and you come up. See that? Hang on to this, go down, reach over here, grab your weight or your bag or your whatever you're picking up and bring it up. So here's a maneuver, just like tying your shoes, that can get a lot of people into trouble. Because what do? We have a weight in our hands. We have to go put it down like this. And so we do everything. And right here, we round our back. In trouble. So let's not get in trouble. Here we go. Let's break that movement down. First of all, pull that chin in. Yes. you've got to retract the chin, number one. As you lower, you're going into your heels. You have your weight that you know you're going to put down over here. You're going to do a turning motion. So let's break it down. You go down into the heels first. You get down as far as you can go. Then you're going to put the weight down, and then you're going to come back up. See that? So I didn't twist and place it at the same time. I go down neutral, keep your chin tucked, go down as far as you can, go over and put your weight down, come back up. Okay, so that's key to not hurting your back when you're moving things around. Because when you're turning and you're twisting to grab something, let's go grab them. Here we go. Grab, then you come up. Down neutral, grab, bring it over here, and then come up. See, then you can put your attention on your back, keeping it extended. Here, go into your heels, go over here, come up, okay? Heels, down neutrally, then you put it down just like that, and you come up, okay? So I hope that this is going to be a big benefit to many of you as you ambulate, move around, get ready for picnics, get ready for people coming over, traveling. I hope that's going to be something that you're going to think about. Okay, step up on the pad. I still have my weight vest. If you wanted to, go ahead and again, pick up one weight that you can keep central. See that? So I'm going to hang on to it right here. See this? I'm just going to hang on to it. So I'm doing this as if I'm you. I want to get the benefit of a load, but I don't have a weight vest. Let's pretend that. So I grab my one weight. I keep it right here central. Could be a bag. It could be your weights. You're hanging on to a weight with both hands. I'm going to step up. See that? And now I'm going to step forward. Now let me caution you. I'm on the little balance pad. Just because I'm on the balance pad, it's going from here to here that can trip us up, okay? So I'm breaking down some very common moves that get us into trouble. So I'm going to title this one Common Movement Breakdowns. If somebody's going to go, what does that mean? So as you're standing here and you're going to step down, number one, I'm carrying a weight. So by virtue of that, I have to think about what I'm doing with my shoulders. As I go to step down, if I have joints that are compromised, okay, I have to be very careful when I do something like this because it's going, even though this is only 2 inches, when I go from here to here, it's that little movement, this one right there, that if I asked you to suspend your movement in space for 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3 counts, this right here, okay, say rib cage up, you're holding a weight, just like I am right here. Keep your elbows in, okay? Big breath. You're gonna go step down, but I'm gonna say, hold, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. It's harder than it looks. And if you have knees replaced, hips replaced, wow, this becomes a challenge. Why? Because we're already being unstable working on that pillar. Yeah, so I'm gonna and then I got a weight that I'm trying to manage. Then I'm moving down. So bent knee, and I'm gonna go down, and I can tell you, I can't hold it on this side very long at all before I have to put my heel down. And you may have found out which side gives you the problem. So I'm going to show you what to do to help you get better at that move. And what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to pick up my little dowel, see, or my cane. I'm not going to have my weight. And this is why I love doing stuff like this with a weight vest, because then I can hang on to something like this. So here is my challenge side. I want to hang on for 1001, 1002, 1003 and put my heel down, okay? Those of you with replaced hips know exactly what I'm talking about here. Let's say you have a replaced knee. Let's say your back is giving you trouble, okay? The first thing you're gonna wanna do when you're trying to step from a very compromised, meaning moving surface down, it can get shaky. See how I just came back down and back up? I didn't go fully into the thing, and I'm using my little, I'm using a cane here because you should not shy away from either using an assistive device, I don't care what you want to call it, when you need one. And right now, you could use a pole, a walking pole, a wall, a chair. You understand? But as I go into this move right here, just trying to put my foot down right there and not over leaning, it can be challenging when you have weaknesses around those joints that are giving you trouble and or are already replaced. So see this right here? So I know that by using this, it's keeping me lined up, okay? And if you do use something like this, make sure that you keep your shoulder down. That's a compensatory move that you don't want to make. So my knees are soft, my rib cage is up. I'm going to step down. I'm going to keep my shoulder down. And see, as I'm stepping down, I try to hang out here as I'm going down, 1001, 1002, 1003. And then you're down, and then you come back up. So the real work here is when you're holding in a holding pattern, 1001, 1002, 1003, a holding pattern as you're stepping down. And so the reason I'm having you use an assistive device, a cane, a bar, anything, is to keep you lined up. So I'm going to go down on the other leg now. So I did 3 or 4, and now I'm going to push the butt back, rib cage up, and I'm going to come down. And I don't think I'm going to need this on this one, see? So this one is so much easier. And this is my knee replace side. Who would think? So I'm thinking about those of you out there with both hips replaced. Yes, I'm talking about you, Chrissy. Okay, hip hinge and Mary Martin. I don't know if Mary Martin's on. So this is my knee replace side, but it's still stronger. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to come back. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to try to hold it. 1, 2, 3, down. So working on a pad, you know, they have these things everywhere. And somebody will say, oh yeah, I'll work on that pad. And you're like, well, what do I do? This is what you do. This is one of them, okay? Don't be so quick to put your heel down. Try to hip hinge, say rib cage up, and in the process of coming down, you're doing a one-legged stance before you put your foot down on purpose. Now, I know that this can get very laborious. That is rehab, okay? That is fitness therapy. You got to take it in a breakdown. So here I am, rib cage up. Now I'm going to go into my Other side. And again, I have a weight vest on. It's okay if you don't. Just make sure that you can put your hand on something to steady yourself so that you don't fall while you're trying to help your balance. Yeah, so see what I'm doing? Hip hinge, ribcage up, take a big breath. I'm coming down, but I'm not immediately putting my heel down. I'm hanging out here in a straight line, and then I put it down. And when I do it that way, man, can I feel muscles in my leg, my hip, my back that I didn't feel before. Because what was I doing? I was doing this. I was leaning way out to keep my balance instead of using those muscles. So I will continue to point this out because we are all slugs and we will get into bad habits. Okay, hip hinge, drop your shoulders, down, heel, and come back. And down, heel, and come back. Okay, one more, here we go. Heel, and come back. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna put that down because now I'm on my knee side. I'm finishing up here. Okay. Put your hand on a chair, on a wall, tummy in, shoulders down. Hip hinge. I'm gonna go 1001, 1002, 1003. And then I come back up. Oh my goodness. Huge benefit to do that move on a balance pad. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm going to step down and I'm going to keep my heels on the pad. So I'm going to put my heel on the pad, use a chair, make sure you have a chair. I'll pull mine over just because I'm not just saying this, okay? Make sure that you have a chair for this next one or two that you can just put your hand on if you need to. So heel, and you start at your midfoot. You put your midfoot on the edge so that you're far enough back on your heels. See that? I'm hip width apart, okay? Then I'm gonna go down. I'm just gonna follow my leg right down. Keep my chin tucked, big breath. I'm gonna come down, 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 down as far as I can. Drop your butt, come back up. You have your heel lifted however tall your little balance pad is. That's where your heels are, okay? So keep those heels on there. You're coming down, down, down. Get your butt down, butt down, butt down, butt down, and then come back, okay? This is here if I need it. So now I'm gonna go down and pick up one of those weights. Why one? Because when you're in an unnatural position with your feet, my heels are up, it's gonna throw you off, okay? And if you come up too fast, you go down too fast, and you have something in your hands, well, that's a high likelihood of having a misstep and falling. So I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna go into my heels, and I'm gonna come back. See that? I'm gonna go back down, put it down, and come back, okay? I'm gonna go back down, push into the heels, grab it. I'm gonna go back down, push down, and come back. And I'm gonna transfer. So if you transfer, make sure you have your chair in such a way that you can put your hand, either hand on there. So go down, grab, bring it across, and come up, okay? So down, push into the heels, into the heels, into the heels, and come back. Go back over, go back over. So I want you to just pass it back and forth so that you can see how your shoulders are doing, and then come back down. Down, 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 heels, 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 heels. Drop your butt, drop your butt, drop your butt. Come back up. Do it again. 3 more times. Here we go. Down, down, down. Heels, heels, heels. Drop your butt, drop your butt. Big breath. Come up. One more time. Down, 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 down. Heels, 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 heels. Come up and come up. Okay. Big breath. Step off of that little pad. Okay. And now we're going to go toes. So at this point, I think I'm going to take my little weight vest off. They're going, oh, good. Now she'll be like us. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick up, since I've been working with my carries, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a 9-pound load. So this is 9, this is 9. Okie dokie. All right. Now I'm going to put 1 foot, I should say toe, off the edge. Then I'm going to put the other foot on the pillow. Okay. So I'm kind of in a modified split stance, but I want to drop my heel. And then I want to press up into the toe box. Okay, let me caution you. If you are doing this on a balance pad, it's going to rock and roll with you the whole time. So my purpose here is to really get you to get into your calf muscles, but I want you to be safe. I have a 9 and a 9, so that means I'm lifting and lowering my body weight plus 18 pounds. See, I'm going into the toe box. I contract my calf, and then I put the heel down. The whole time that I'm doing this, I have to keep saying rib cage up. I have to keep my front knee bent as I'm coming up because I don't want to lock it. And my back leg is pretty straight because I'm pushing and I'm manipulating through the ankle and I'm working my calf. Yes, yes. If you start feeling heaviness in your calf, yeah, that's what we're trying to do, okay? But all what I just said that you're trying to do right now, you're doing it while you are trying to keep balance, okay? Because I'm doing this on my little balance pad. I know. So be very mindful that an over or under balancing as you're doing this heel lift right now can send you, okay? So just know that you got to be ready for that. Take a big breath and come back down. Now, as I do this now, I'm going to finish this. I'm going into the second set. Okay. My tummy's tight. My shoulders are down. Yeah, breathing through the nose. Now, as I go up, because I'm in pretty good control, I'm just going to pull against the weight. It's not heavy. It's just a 9 and a 9 for me. So it's whatever you chose. But don't be moving anything else. And do this very methodically, slowly, okay? Do not bend that back knee. You're bending the front knee, not the back knee. You're pushing against that toe and lifting. Breath, go. Keep your shoulders down. Go. Big breath. Yeah, this whole time that you're trying to do these moves and you're doing it on a balance pad, by virtue of that, you are already grabbing and dipping into parts of your brain that you don't normally dip into. So you have to really be thinking what you're doing here, okay? So I'm doing relatively lighter weight as a curl, a hammer curl. I'm not doing anything fancy because I don't want to throw myself off. Okay, just 2 more. Just stay with me. Stay with me. Keep your back leg straight. Lift the whole body with that foot, the front of the foot, and you should be feeling a tightness in your calf right now. Okay, step off. Big breath. Turn your toe out. That's all you got to do. Turn your toe out. Take a breath. Okay, now all you have to do to help release and recover is just step back. Okay, just step back and just kind of shift forward a little bit and then come back. Turn your toe out and it will release. See that? It will release. You got it? Good. Okay. Now we're ready for the other side. So I'm going to step up. Okay. And then I'm going to put the whole front part of my foot on the balance pad. And I want to be able to lift my heel and come back down. See there? With a straight leg and back. Some of you are trying to do this by bending your knee. Don't bend your knee in the back, okay? Drop your shoulders. Okay, here we go. All the way up and down. Once you get going good and you think you're on the right place with your foot, okay? And you're going pretty smoothly. Keep your front knee bent, all right? That is when, after about maybe 6 lifts, and you start to feel the calf innervate. See, if you're not feeling your calf innervating, you got to get that going first before you think to do anything with your upper body. Okay? So my express purpose right now is to get into the calf muscle, to get your foot and your ankle joint really doing a load. Okay? So I'm starting to feel it in my calf. Okay, as I lift my heel up and then drop it down. I keep my legs straight in the back. Drop your shoulders. Yeah. Now I'm going to start to do pulls. And I'm just doing a simple hammer curl up. And I keep saying rib cage up. And I keep telling myself, don't lock my back leg. Do not lock my back leg. So for some of us that have had knees replaced and hips replaced, it's a challenge to really make the muscles work hard enough that you are really feeling it without hurting those joints, because you can't do just traditional moves that people just throw at you, okay? And don't expect them to understand it if they don't have a joint replaced. It's a whole different ball game. Here we go. See that? Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. I remember when I was getting my, I think it was my hip done. Yeah, I got my hip done first and then I got my knee done. Same year. How smart is that? Anyway, the orthopedic surgeon that did my hip, he was asking me what I did. So I tried to explain to him in my class a little bit. Keep your legs straight. Keep your legs straight. Come all the way up with the heel. Okay? Big breaths. Through the nose. Tight tummy. Anyway, he sits back and he goes, you know, my mom has her hip replaced and she just sits and does nothing. I should have her do your class. I'm like, well, I mean, you know, you're the surgeon. Maybe she didn't want to do what her son says to do. There is that. Take a big breath. Okay, all the way up with the heel, all the way up. I'm feeling it in my calf. I hope you're feeling it. Take a big breath. Keep your chin tucked. Yeah. Big breath. Go all the way up. Squeeze that calf. Contract it. And then come down. Yes. Yes. It's going to feel like, yeah, it should be a little on fire. That's exactly what I want. Take a big breath. Ooh. Here we go. Okay. 3 more. Just 3 more. Do them with me. Do them with me. Do them with me. Here we go. Okay, one more. One more. Come all the way up and really contract that calf. Right there. Contract it. And bring it down. Okay. You loved it. Okay. Turn your toe out, just like that. See? See, it's just a little bend. Okay. And then just step back. So it's stretching a little bit. Then turn. See how I just grab my chair and turn? And I'm stretching. Then I come back. I turn it out again. I bend it. See that? Yeah. Take a big breath. Turn the other way. Right here. Big breath, big breath, big breath. Drop your shoulders. Big turnout. Yes. Big breath. Come back. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up those 9-pound weights. And I got you ready for this move with our carries, whether it's a bag, or your free weights, or whatever. I'm going to go down and grab these. Now, as you go down, I didn't say anything, and I went into the move, just like you probably went into your move. I didn't say anything, but the minute you did this, many of you did this. And many of you did this. We don't want to do that when we're folding. We want to fold and keep in line up. Ankles, knees, hips in the same line. Not here, not out here. Got it? Take a big breath. So if I could have you just slowly go through the fold. I think it was Julia the other day. She was going to bring M&Ms and scatter them on the floor and have everybody go around and pick up the M&Ms because that's what I tell everybody to do. Anyway, if I could have you do 20 of those every day in correct form and pick something up, 20, you would move better. You would move better. But I've broken down these moves in such a way that it should not hurt your joints. It should help your joints. So as you're going down, now I'm on the floor, I'm not on my little pad. I'm pushing my butt back and I'm going down as far as I can now. So right here is where you need to go down with your butt. And then come back up. Okay? Back down, get the butt down, keep your chin tucked, go down a little bit more. And come back. Squeeze. Now I'm going to take these weights over here and I'm going to grab a heavier weight. So what am I going to grab? Okay, we're coming down to the end of class. So I'm not going to pick them up immediately. Have all your stuff ready to go because my little band was sitting there and I'm like, okay, my little band is there. Let me just use that little band. So to recover, I'm going to stand on my pad before I pick up the real heavy weights. I'm stepping off. See that? Here's my band. Sometimes I go with the palms facing each other, thumbs here. Right now I'm going to grab it because we've been working and I want to work a little bit here. My foot is straight. It's on the back pad and some of you might not see it. I have a certain range that I have to hit here for you to see it. So see, my foot is here. I'm going to step out a little wider than normal. You're in a split stance. The back leg is on a very compromising surface. Be ready in case you overbalance, okay? So I'm back here. I'm going to rock my heel to my toe in the back. So it's heel, straight leg, bend the knee, toe. Go down a little more. Yes. Here's my band. See that? I'm going to go pull, pull. I'm going to keep my shoulders down. Tighten. Rib cage up. Pull. Bend that knee like it's trying to hit the floor. Yes. Bend that knee in the back. Bend that knee in the back. I'm breaking this thing down. I got you on the pillow, stepped out. We're bending the knee. Okay? It's a single leg. It's a single leg stance. I mean, it's a split leg stance. And as you're coming down, make sure your knee is trying to stay in line. Okay, say rib cage up, and the back leg is throwing you, and you're trying to stay stable, right? Take a breath, pull. So when you pull, I want you to pull those elbows back, okay? Pull them back, okay? Here we go, pull them back. So you're gonna feel it in the back leg, but you're also gonna feel it in this front hip. Yes, okay, right here, and pull. See, as I'm pulling wide, I'm pulling elbows back and down. Yeah, hang out here for just a second, then release. Step off. Yay. This leg has to go back, okay? So how we're gonna do it is we're just gonna circle the wagon, put the foot here first. The other one, yeah, the one that's screaming a little. Then I'm gonna step out with the other leg, okay? I'm gonna bend the back knee, and then I'm gonna come back up. When I'm bending the back knee and I'm coming up, I might feel that I'm a little too narrow. So I'm gonna try to step out just an inch or two, see? Now bend the back knee. And how do you know if you're too close? Because if you bend the back knee and you're too close, you'll tend to wanna lean, okay? I want you to drop, see that? And then I want you to come back up, squeezing, you got it? So here I come. I'm not gonna do anything with this yet. I'm gonna bend, get that knee down, and come back. Take a breath. So at the same time that I'm trying to very methodically go through some breakdowns and moves, I have you on a pillow a lot today, okay? For a reason. It's just so fun, right? So now as I go down, I feel it in my lower leg as I go down and up, but this leg is the one that's keeping us from falling on our nose. So it's a big stability pillow, or pillar, I should say, pillar. The pillow's under us. Stay tight in the tummy, drop the shoulders, do not lean out, come down with that knee as far as possible, and then come up, okay? So now you're gonna come down, you're gonna pull these together and come up. I'm gonna hold them out. Your elbows should be squeezing, your shoulders down, your shoulder blades squeezing. Take a big breath. Come down as far as you feel you can with that back knee. The front knee will take care of itself. Drive the back knee down and come back. Take a big breath. So today I broke down about 3 main moves, okay? The stepping on, stepping off breakdown, the squat breakdown, and this particular move. And I based a lot of stuff around it. And I did compound moves at the same time. Upper body, lower body working. Hold. Breath. Hold. Yes. Okay. Step off. She should be zinging all over the place. Okay. Now, I am going to pick up for the last couple of minutes heavy weights. Okie dokie. 15s. 15 and 15. Yes. Take a big deep breath. So here I am. I'm going to come right here. And I'm going to put them right there. Okay. Then I'm going to come back up. So now we've upped our game. Now, as we fold, we are going to pick up heavier weights. So whatever heavier is for you. But we have to be very careful because this is the very moves. As I break it down, this is the breakdown class. Where you get into trouble is coming right into here. You're ready to grab, and what you do is you forget and you round your back. And why do you round your back? Because you didn't put your butt down. Yeah, you put your head down, okay? Come down, get your butt way down. Grab those weights and come up. You got it? Big breath, keep your shoulders down. Push the butt back all the way down. Now, before you put them down, just hang out here. See, just hang out here, hover. Heels, 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 heels. Put them down. Yeah, we're only going to do 2 or 3 of these. That's it. But as you noticed, I held, right? I held down there. Oh, I know. Take a little break here. And here, we're going to do 2 more before we head out. A lot of people have big weekends. So we want to hit your muscles. That's why I'm doing so many surrounding a total body move. I didn't like do a lot of breakdown today. I mean, I did breakdown, but I didn't single out moves. I did a whole body move, but I broke it down. Grab it, hold right here, take a breath, come up a little bit, breath, come up. You're coming up through opening your hip. You're not coming up by bending your back. Yeah. Okay, you ready? Push the butt back. Down, 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 down. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Drop into the heels. Drop into the heels. Drop into the heels. Take a breath. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Place them down. Turn immediately to your chair. Hands right here. Step back. Bring those elbows in. And do a tiny, tiny little sinking through, bending your elbows, keeping your chin tucked. Here we go. Breath. Here we go. Breath. Make sure that you're putting more on your arms than on your legs. Take a breath. How do you do that? You keep your shoulders over your hands. That's how you do that. Keep your shoulders over your hands. Keep your elbows in. Bending, bending, bending. So we're ending with a modified push-up. And we're doing at the very beginning of modification. Keep your shoulders over your wrist. Okay, 2 more, 2 more. Here we go. 1 more, 1 more. Keep your elbows in and step in. And step in. Take a big deep breath. Push back. Now straighten your legs. Drop your head to the chair. Straighten your legs. You're bending, bending, bending from your hips all the way down. Now pull your toes up while your legs are straight in this position. Hold. 1001, 1002, 1003. Bend those knees. Push. And swing those arms. And you're out of here. And I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. I hope that got you ready.